Afternoon. I am getting ready to make a recipe from this book that I got from Barnes & Noble, which I had mentioned from books that I was going to read in August, and I'm finding so many recipes that I like, so I wanted to share one with you, and that is Jasmine Rice with figs. Of course, it's going to be my own recipe. I add my own little stuff to it because I'm cooking it in the Instapot, and in here it's on the stove top. And with this, you will add less liquid, and I added more figs and less of this and a little bit of less of that. However, the recipe calls for one celery stalk and 1 small onion, 1 teaspoon of curry powder, 1 teaspoon of nutmeg, 2 tablespoons of olive oil, 1 cup of jasmine rice, and then it called for more liquid, but I'm going to put less liquid in the Instapot because I'm going to pressure cook it, and so I think it would need less liquid. And then a 1/4 cup of dried cranberries, a 1/4 cup of figs, a 1/4 cup of sunflower seeds, which I am not going to put in here, and then a tablespoon of fresh mint that I have off over there. So here's the figs and the cranberries, chicken stock rice, the spices, and then salt and pepper to taste. So that is what we're gonna make, and let's see how it turns out. Okay, I am going to use the saute mode, and I'm going to adjust it to the normal setting so that I'm going to stick with the middle setting. So it's like medium heat, and I'm going to need a couple of tablespoons of olive oil, but I don't want to use that much, so I think I'm going to do 1 tablespoon. And see how that works. Okay, now it's telling me it's on, and the beeping was the sound of it warming up. So let's see. Start adding my onions and celery. And you just cook this down for a couple minutes till they get translucent. I found that Bible to be so interesting. The Cooking with the Bible, or Food for the Bible, that I got at Barnes & Noble. I have found so many good recipes, and basically it's just incorporating the food that is mentioned in the Bible, and this young lady made a cookbook that represented what she thought or how it could fit, and I'm finding that I really like a lot of recipes. I think I've tabbed about 25 recipes out of there. The desserts look phenomenal, but I have yet to try a dessert, even though I'm a dessert person. Get you closer. You can hear the sizzle. So after this cooks down, we add the spices. I think I got a mint leaf in there, and I got a little piece of fig in there. And those were dried figs. And in that book that I mentioned, it has like questions. They ask questions, they give scripture, And then she gives a little background of what scholars say about that particular verse, or where they got that food, or what they think it might be. And then she gives questions so that you can, like, why do you think she gave up a night with her husband to have the mandrakes? And basically that was what this recipe was. It's on page 31, and I got it at Barnes & Noble. It was $9.98, so I think I like these books so much that I want to buy them and give them as gifts, but I don't think everyone else likes what I like, so then I just stop. This is really getting hot. I'm wondering if I should lower it to the lower mode. I think I will adjust and go to less. But this little pot, you could just plug it in. You can take it with you if you're traveling in a hotel, the Instapot. So that's the signal saying it's on and it's getting hot. I broke down and bought one of these because I was watching High Carb Hannah. She has a YouTube channel, and she uses the Instapot to cook her vegan recipes. And that's where I saw so many good things being used, and how often you could use it, and how easy it is, and the easy cleanup. And the one pot does it all. Although I have to eat meat. I'm having that gluten. I have celiac disease, so I have to stay away from gluten. However, I'm still sneaking in desserts because I am such a dessert person, and I enjoy my sweets. Okay, this looks pretty good. I think I'm going to add the spices now. And you cook that for a minute. I think I'm going to add salt and pepper at this point too. So if you have an Instapot, is there any recipes that you've made or that you find that come out good, or are you interested in getting an Instapot? It is, I was afraid of using this thing, but once I started, I was, wow, this is so easy. Now it seems like it's too low, but we just cook it down for a minute. Then we add the rice, and same thing, you toast the rice. So we'll cook the rice for a few minutes, and then we'll add the chicken stock. And then if you don't want to use chicken stock, you can use vegetable stock, I suppose, if you don't eat meat. And the reason why I said I'm not staying away from meat is because I had tried to be vegan. I had tried to go, well, I would say plant-based instead, not vegan. I was trying to eat plant-based because I was having these problems. I didn't know where it was coming from. And turns out I got tested and I have celiac disease. So I had stopped eating meat for a few months, and then I was noticing that I enjoyed it. I didn't miss too much of it, you know, the occasional burger. But when they said I couldn't eat gluten, well, that just took away so much stuff that was well, I wouldn't say plant-based, but you know, the pastas and oatmeal and so many things, like certain condiments that you wouldn't think have gluten, things that you don't think have gluten. So all the desserts that I was enjoying that had eggs and flour and stuff in it contain gluten. So I couldn't eat all this extra stuff anymore, and it was just really hard to stay away from meat for me. And the gluten. So I'm just trying to be gluten-free. I'm still learning. I'm just beginning. I'm not completely gluten-free because of the cross-contamination and certain things that have it that I was surprised to learn that it does. So I'm still learning. I think so. Since I put less oil, it's a little dry, but that's all right. That's okay. I'm going to be adding my chicken stock, and then we add the dried fruits, which is the cranberries and figs and the mint last. After it's all done, you stir it all in and then let it kind of absorb or get mixed in, but not cooked with it. So it'll be warm. And this Instapot, when it's done, the rice is done, it'll stay on warm. So then I can close the lid with those things in it, stir it in, you know, after I stir it in, close the lid and it'll be warm too. I can't wait to try it. So I've already made this recipe, but found I needed to adjust it because of the Instapot. Let's add the chicken stock. I'm just going to make sure all my rice is covered. Even it out. And then I'm going to shut the lid. Sometimes I have a hard time with this. Make sure it's on sealed so that it won't seep out the steam. I'm going to do this for 18 minutes. And then you just leave it and it will go on. And now it's on. Okay, so it's been done for about 9 minutes. It's on keep warm. So now I am going to, well, it's already released all its steam, so we can open it. And let's check it out. So it looks good. All the liquid is gone. So I'm going to stir in the figs and the craisins. Sorry. I always do that. I talk funny and then everyone, my family gets mad at me and say talk right. I don't know why I do that. Okay, let's stir it in. It smells good. I can't wait to try this. I don't know if I can wait. So it doesn't make very much, this recipe, with 1 cup of rice, but I mean, that would serve some small servings for 4 people as a side dish. So I'm gonna give it a try. I want to give a little bit of everything. Get some mint. Big bite. Here we go. Oh, hot, hot. Perfect. It is very good. Thumbs up. But I burned my tongue. So I'm just going to let that stay warm. I think I need some salt though. Can't believe I just burned my tongue. Voila. Thanks for watching. Thanks for watching. Peace and God bless.